Question of the day. What is your favorite song in Pokémon Scarlet and Violet? Pokémon music. Has there ever been a more beautiful thing? Upon the arrival of Scarlet and Violet, fans are fulfilling the prophecy that every new Pokémon generation must go through. The absolute honeymoon effect of thinking it's the best music in the franchise. Me personally, I think the music's pretty solid.
Yeah, baby!
Best in the franchise? Not quite, but Pokemon hasn't failed me yet with their soundtracks, and these games are no exception, especially when we start getting into spoiler territory. And make no mistake, there will be a lot of ground to cover in the spoiler territory in specific. Now let's all hop on our Miraidons, as well as the few of you that have Koraidons, and jump right in! This is the top 10 music tracks in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Objectively. From Trico's opinion of what's objectively the best music tracks. Number 10, Pokemon League Interview. So, no one told me going in that Scarlet and Violet were going to be horror games. Between the creepy faces that Game Freak totally intended as part of the game design, and this literal job interview, I was waking up in a cold sweat for a solid week after beating this game just thinking about it again. As soon as I saw Best Girl Rika say, "Please, do have a seat," a fight or flight response was triggered in me automatically as I replied with gusto, "My entire life is built up to me working at McDonald's, so please hire me." All of this tension is complemented by this simple but effective track. When a song can make you question whether or not you actually have the right answer, aka the Phoenix Wright syndrome, that's when you know you have a winner. This track actually makes me sweat. It's so judgmental, which fits Rika in this part perfectly. She wants to make sure you understand Paldea and you're not one of those dirty speedrunners. Even though I do think it is mean that you fail if you say you're doing all this for fun. At that point, Rika, why do we do anything if not for fun?
To make money and buy food.
What the heck? I thought you were on vacation in Paldea. Why are you here?
Don't be salty, they didn't accept your passport.
Number 9, Bamboo Forest Area. So, where did this randomly good song come from? This area is so small and isolated that you're likely to breeze over it on your adventure through Paldea. It's a miracle anyone even spends any amount of time here. But that's probably because of the magnificence that is King Gambit. This is probably my favorite route theme in the game. It's not too bombastic like a lot of the other routes are, yet it's not so minimal that it feels like you're just playing Breath of the Wild. Perfectly middle of the road when it comes to tone. Plus, I love how that one instrument sounds. Utter perfection. It's called an Arhu? Huh. Sounds absolutely lovely. I'm also very appreciative it carries a motif of the surrounding province. Makes it feel part of the region rather than just a random spot. Honestly, wish it played more. Or at least if the route was a little bit bigger. But maybe less is more in this scenario. I must be like the King Gambit and discipline myself. Hey, we all saw you disciplining yourself like a King Gambit, so we came to beat you up. We brought our leaders' crests. Oh god. Number 8, Iono Livestream. Despite the PTSD that was waking up at 5 AM to see a VTuber play with my expectations like a cat with a ball of string, I do like Iono's aesthetic. She really served as the most entertaining gym leader for me. And I know voice acting is not a thing in Pokemon games, but it really is the most apparent in Scarlet and Violet, especially when the marketing for the game actually had a voice-acted Iono. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Give me the uwu voice. Iono in her old VTuber persona was matched by this fun and unique theme. Feels electric without screaming it from the rooftops. Not to mention these camera angles are hilarious. Like, why am I looking down at nothing? I don't recall live streamers having their own theme songs when they live stream, but hey, maybe she's onto something. This music track is so boppy and energetic that it would serve as the perfect backdrop for when someone live streams themselves playing Fortnite or Genshin. Among Us. Do people even still like Among Us? Number 7, Arven's battle theme. absolutely criminal that this only plays twice in the entire game. Also lends to me hating that stupid Ace Academy tournament song for robbing us of our favorite character themes. Why have you done this, Clavel? Or Gita? Whoever put this stupid thing on? Arven's battle theme just screams I am the protagonist in disguise. And to be fair, he really is. The instruments are in full flex here too. That accordion is classy. Between the cooking and the instruments, I'm convinced Arven has some Kalos ancestry in him. And the track perfectly reflects the journey he's been on too. He literally made his team out of the Pokemon he caught as you both collected the Herba Mystica. To cap it off with his signature Mabostiff too. Just perfect. And I'm just gonna say it, games need hug options. Every time a game does it, it's amazing. I will not rest until I give that fluffy boy all the hugs he needs. Forget fixing the game with patches and updates. Give us the hug option. Get on it, devs. Number 6, Levincia. Welcome to the best city in the game. We got a Haunter that actually evolves into a Gengar, billboards, Iono, and a music track I can only so eloquently describe as lit. This is my favorite town theme in Scarlet and Violet. It perfectly conveys the fun of Levincia while also giving it such a unique flair in Paldea. It's no shock that Iono set up shop here. The perfect way to experience Levincia, in my opinion, is to go out at night, which seems to happen frequently, and that throws me off guard, because this song paired with the bright lights and atmosphere is simply magic. I'm very grateful Levincia is as memorable as it is because of these elements, because otherwise I would have totally failed Rika's test. Seriously, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like towns in this game can be breezed over super easily if you're not careful. Doesn't help that the game is so open that it doesn't isolate you into coming through a specific entrance. Most towns you could just dive bomb from the sky, but Levincia is massive and unforgettable. And I gotta give the music track like a solid 60% of why that is. I also wanted to put this music track on the list because I didn't want the video to be made up of mainly battle themes. I needed some variation. I'm a hack. Number 5, Nemona's battle theme. That's where the trouble began. That smile. That battle-crazy smile. This battle theme fills me with absolute serotonin. Simply a positive song to lift the mood after I listen to Scarlet and Violet's sad music too much. With how many times you battle this insane girl in the storyline, it's actually surprising how this track never seems to get old. Just like how countering her Meowscarada's flower trick with a sturdy Bonsley never gets old.
Trico, you're the only one who plays this game weird.
Oh, sure. I'm the weird one for using a Bonsley, yet people who play this game headcanoning permadeath for their Pokemon aren't?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of weird. This theme conveys a friendly attitude without being too overbearing, and it has that subtle determination to it as well. It's a great balance. This is in sharp contrast to Hop and How's battle themes that sounded like you were dealing with boys that just wanted to battle for fun. And while annihilating their Pokemon was fun for about 5 minutes, giving them depression definitely wasn't. At least with Nemona, there's that air of levity because the battle truly is just for fun. It's not really a test of Nemona's skill. She's already proven herself as a champion, unlike the previous friendly rivals. Now, am I being biased with this theme just because I like the character attached to it? Probably. But come on, context is everything. It's what separates a final boss theme from, oh, that's pretty good, to, I am absolutely sobbing. Number 4, Team Star Grunt's battle theme. Real talk, this theme is almost too good for how short the battles are with Team Star, and the frequency in which they even happen. So it's practically a tragedy you don't usually hear the full song. Ugh, I feel so bad for Game Freak's composers who write these masterpieces and the game devs are like, this is a really good theme song for a Houndour. If I had to make a hard call, I would say this song totally should have replaced the song that plays when you raid Team Star's bases. It's way better and you'd actually be able to hear the full thing. But alas, that is not the case. Either way, this theme song is great. It does that thing too where it drops the beat into a part that's slightly emotional and epic for like no reason. Makes you feel like you're fighting against a world-ending threat instead of just bullied high schoolers that are literally doing nothing wrong. I have my issues with Team Star as the villainous team in Paldea, but it's good to see the Grunt theme joins a pedestal of greatness alongside Rocket, Magma, Aqua, Galactic, Plasma, Flare, Skull, and Yell. Whew, this franchise has certainly been going on for a while.
And may it continue to do so.
Hear, hear. This probably would have worked better if we had drinks. Number 3, Elite Four battle theme. One of the best battle themes in the game, and no one told me. How could the fan base be oh so cruel? Now, this is an Elite Four theme. Even that intro is excellent. So excellent that it should just be looped forever, with nothing else to accompany it. This battle music perfectly encapsulates the intensity of this game's Elite Four without going overboard. I know I keep saying stuff like that in this list, but I can't help it. Sometimes songs need to hit that perfect balance. For example, Sun and Moon's Elite Four battle theme was so intense that I felt like the world was ending. Ah, help me! The Paldean Elite Four just feel more classy in general. My favorite type of intensity is silent intensity, and it helps to convey their power perfectly. Now, if only their in-game teams reflected that same level of power as their theme song. Really, Rika? A Clodsire? Really, Rika? Why are you booing me? Number 2, Area Zero. You know, I often asked myself, if Distortion World was so good, where was Distortion World 2? Well, here it is. And not to downplay Area Zero by any means, it's entirely original. It just gives off that otherworldly flavor I haven't felt since Pokemon Platinum. It is seriously hard to put into words how good this route theme is, as it perfectly conveys magnificence, yet an undeniable feeling of dread. This music track screams that Area Zero is a place you should not be. This is art, simply put. And who knew this song would end up being more scary for me than everyone's favorite creepypasta location, Lavender Town. Gotta say, I think Toby Fox is a master of emotional duality when it comes to his music. There's such a beauty to be found with Area Zero, despite all the eeriness. Between the choir, the unique instruments, and it doing that thing where it sounds like it's reversing back and forth for certain notes, just perfect. It's perfect. Not to mention the incredible version that plays when you get into wild Pokemon battles here. Area Zero is just the full package, bro. Number 1, AI Professor's battle theme.
I have no intention to leave my work unfinished.
The best battle theme in the game, and everyone absolutely told me about this one. I had heard it was a bop, but I didn't know it was gonna be a bop. I swear, I feel like Toby Fox had this sitting in his computer's hard drive labeled Deltarune Final Boss music, and he decided to gift it to Game Freak. I'm totally kidding, of course, as this theme does have the Terra Raid motif in it, unless Deltarune is gonna go down a path I'm not expecting. But yeah, if I'm comparing this music to Deltarune's, you know it's legendary. This music track can contend with some of the best battle themes in the entire series. No joke. To the surprise of no one, except myself, Toby Fox absolutely crushed it. Look, I wasn't a fan of the Battle Tower theme from Sword and Shield. Sorry. Like I said, dude is a master of emotional duality. This track pulls out both the feels and the epicness. You feel like the very heavens are parting to witness this climactic showdown. Between this song, the mind-blowing plot twist of what actually happened to the professor, and a world-ending threat of Paradox Pokemon overrunning Paldea, all while the AI consciousness of said professor is being fed Pokemon from the far future or distant past in order to deal with you. I don't have the courage to say that this is objectively the best finale in a Pokemon game, but good lord, it is right there. And with the buildup of the absolutely masterful event BGM 24 and 25, this is absurdly good. It feels almost mean to create music this good, and put it on the next composer to follow it up with... Yeah. And see, that track isn't even that bad. It's just not.
irresistible.
So yeah, wow, what a soundtrack, am I right? Again, not my personal favorite in the franchise, but it's still excellent. And some music tracks managed to become legendary tunes I will keep in my playlist for years to come. Now, with the list concluded, I can bring up my honorable mention.
Trico, don't.
I'ma do it.
Don't do it.
I didn't mind the Ed Sheeran song.
You did it.
Hear me out. As someone who grew up with this franchise by watching the anime, it felt like I had just finished watching a Pokémon movie with those credits. My own Pokémon movie that my character starred in. That's such a cool feeling, bro. I can't help but like this song.
So play it.
What?
Play the song. Play it for all to hear.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good.
What's the worst that could happen?
People understand. They know the song. They get it.
Oops.
You see tonight.
What are you doing? Stop! No! Special thanks to my top tier patrons, Terror XD and Chansey.